My grandparents were Temple members. I get a kick out of walking down the hall with the pictures. I see my father's confirmation picture from 1925, my pictures, my daughter's pictures from consecration and confirmation, and now I got my grandsons, so we have been long-time Temple members.
We first started with a little shul, and then of course we moved to our beautiful Park Avenue Temple. 50 years after that, we moved to this building, and I could sort of see the progression of how you move to where the population is, how your congregation has grown.
We need a new facility. The old one was built some 60 years ago for about 300 families in the congregation. Today we have 725 families at least, and growing.
One day you wake up and you say, this just doesn't fit anymore. It's a different congregation than it was when this building was built and rebuilt and added on to. But having said that, it had to be the right place on which to build.
I'm so happy we're moving there because that's a place that already has a sacred ground. So many people have prayed for years there to succeed in their golf game, and I think it'll be just a wonderful opening to creating the connection and the relationship with God.
Shalom! Come on in!
Come on in, go see Rabbi. We've been scoping out mezuzahs all over the temple.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
The new building isn't the goal. The goal is for Reformed Jewish living to continue and thrive. But hopefully the joy of having a building that's beautiful, that reflects the values of who we are as Reformed Jews, and that affords us all of these programmatic opportunities, then will bring us in.
As a Jew, we must keep our doors open, and we must encourage people to live that life.
My wife did not grow up Jewish. She grew up in Omaha, but not Jewish. As we relocated here and started to meet people, every interaction we had with either people who'd been to Temple or with the clergy or staff was just extremely positive.
No matter how old you are, child, adult, there's always opportunities to learn and to grow.
Our daughters are 11 and 8. You can get so much out of Temple Israel and out of a religious organization that the two of us can't provide.
My involvement at Temple has been an unexpected surprise for me. I grew up Jewish, but I say I found my Jewishness here.
When Rabbi Azrael came, he had this third dimension to him that just inspired me to want to learn. He inspired me very much to do a bat mitzvah. It was so thrilling, and it was probably one of the best years of my life of studying and learning, and our clergy were fabulous.
The clergy here have really helped our family in a lot of different ways. One might say our plate had runneth over. We had so much of the community reaching out, and that helps when you're healing.
Whether it's just a Passover Seder once a year or coming to say Kaddish for your grandmother, you have a community with which you can share that.
To have my father's funeral here was very, very important part of our life, and a life cycle event that was very meaningful. To be able to be here where Temple is home was very warm and was very soothing. That's what Temple's all about. It's about the community, it's about the people, that's our life.
And we all have happy memories that we've celebrated here, and some not so happy, but I'm convinced that it's time for a new building.
It will be a place where people will love to pray, study, meet, dance, feel joy, and also a place where moments of grief and sadness can be also important to experience.
The new building is an exciting next step for Temple, and having been here for over 20 years and having raised our kids here, I see it as a place where hopefully my daughter will ultimately be married.
Well, I hope that it results in a renewed interest and activity level, enthusiasm in the membership at large.
I'm sure that when I walk in that first day, I'll be very proud of the small role I played in making it happen, just as I hope every congregant who walks through those doors will feel the same, that they've contributed to making something beautiful, wonderful, and lasting.
I know there will be tears, and a few minutes after kissing the mezuzah on the door and having the ceremony, it will be a wonderful, wonderful celebration of our life here.
The tabernacle wasn't built for God. It was built for the Jewish people. God doesn't need a structure. We're the ones who need something to look at and say, this is my people, this is where I go, this is my Judaism.
How many communities, how many generations get a chance to build their new congregational home for them, for their parents, for their children and grandchildren, and for people yet to come? It wouldn't happen but for the major donors, but it won't happen unless everybody participates.
From May 15th until the day we physically move, I think we have an opportunity to absolutely do the most fantastic things, to kind of get ready to say goodbye, to honor our past, to figure out the very best way to bring the most important pieces of this place with us to that place. And I also think kind of to have a really fresh start and just be very intentional about how we begin our life in our new building.
Each period of time, the synagogues reflect what the changes are in the Jewish community and in that synagogue, in that congregation. I see great things ahead. I really do.